sat in Paul Ricard. We're about to witness round 9 of season 6 of the IRC World Championship, and we had the Elite League last night. Tonight is the Super, and there's nothing else you should be doing on a Thursday night apart from sitting on your sofa, couch, whatever it is. Oh, I went American there, and enjoy what is going to be an absolutely spectacular event. It really is. And of course, before we get into anything like any fun or anything like that, let's just of course take a moment to remember about, of course, Anton Hubert. This was his the country where he's from. Of course, he was from France, and yeah, he'll be sorely missed in the motorsport community and everywhere else. Friends and family will all be missing him, I'm sure, as it's a very devastating race that really was. And absolutely disappointing. Well, it wasn't disappointing, was it? It was absolutely shocking, is what the words I was meant to say there. So absolutely horrific that really was. Of course, we also got to keep in our thoughts as well. One Manuel Carrera, who was also involved in that horrific accident as well. So yeah, and he's at the moment he's in a critical but stable condition. But it's absolutely horrific, isn't it? Unfortunately, it reminds us of the dangers of motorsport, doesn't it? Of course, motorsport. And throughout history, hasn't it? Motorsport has claimed so many drivers, so many driver lives, hasn't it? It's just, but really, should we be losing drivers, these spectacular superstars, in the name of sport? I don't think so. Safety can always be. Can always get better, really. But yeah, I feel. But I must admit, I was really against the Halo. I must admit, when it first came out, I didn't like it at all, to be honest. But I think we also had an awful crash in Formula 3, didn't we, in Monza? And I think Halo did an absolutely splendid job there. I think it was. Was it Peroni? I can't remember, but yeah, but it was a horrific accident, wasn't it? Anyway, before we get into the comments, let's just quickly take a look at this track then. So, and it's 3.6 miles long. You can see it's a very elongated track, isn't it? Stretches out quite a while, doesn't it? Here in Paul Ricard, and of course we've got the lap record set by Valtteri Bottas back in. Am I on spectator? Thank goodness I am. Yeah, so it's Valtteri Bottas has got the fast lap of the lap record at the moment. That will probably be broken by the Super guys tonight. And also we've got 15 turns around this French Grand Prix circuit. I must admit, I think in terms of races around Paul Ricard, it's not the most entertaining track in the world, is it? But I tell you what, the Elite League drivers absolutely did a phenomenal job last night, didn't they? I think once again they've just got together and just really wanted to rewrite how great they are. RT, absolutely fantastic stuff. And I've lost my comments, which is annoying. So let me just quickly get my phone going. There we go. That's much better. Of course, we got to Carton just saying evening, Sean. Evening, Carton. I'm glad he's joining us. Of course, the Carton, an elite driver at the moment. He had an unusual issue with his shifter last night, didn't he? I think it got going, but by the time it got going, it was too little, too late for Carton, unfortunately. And his stop-start season's continuing, but that's what's good about these seasons these days, isn't it? It's so long, isn't it? The championship race out of 21 races, incredible. It's going to be 22 next year, isn't it? With the inclusion of Vietnam in Holland. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? I also got Jonathan Cox as well. Good luck to all the drivers tonight, and good evening, Sean. Good evening, Jonathan. Of course, Jonathan's sporting a new helmet, which he sent me just not too long ago. So we'll have a look at that as well. Of course, he's kept with the traditional Italian colours of red, green, and white. But yeah, it looks fierce, don't it? And you can see we've got a great shot of the new pit entrance here. I get quite excited by new modifications on the track, and I'm loving that. To be honest, I must admit the pit exit is still the same. I think it's one of the worst pit exits you can ever see. And you can see you need a map, don't you, to get around this track? Look at it all. This track is a very good test track, but I think that racing track, possibly. Well, the Formula 1 did used to race here back in the mid to late 90s, didn't they? And of course, I remember. I think it's the 1990 Grand Prix where I think it was when the Benettons went flying over everyone at turn 1. And look at all those drivers there. Are they ready to tackle the French Grand Prix? They've been practicing non-stop for the last hour, haven't they? So let's see what they have learned then. And I'm wondering, because I must admit, last night with the Elite guys, how much did they learn off them? I gotta say, it was an absolutely crazy race, wasn't it? And the safety car came out, didn't it, towards the end as well? A great final few laps there. It never makes it easy, does it? Right, we're in Q1 then, and the time has started to tick down now nicely, and we are now into the event itself. And whilst it's nice and quiet there, well, it would be, but I think Timmy's about to get ready. Car 81 in the Mercedes. Let's just take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship, shall we? Not that bad. Who is, of course, in the garage next door to Timmy, is currently leading the way by 76 points. Incredible stuff, isn't it? That is 3 wins and a fastest lap in front so far. That is a mammoth, absolutely mammoth hill to climb for any of the drivers. But anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. Just remember Kimi Räikkönen in 2007. We thought the championship was between the two McLarens, and Kimi Räikkönen snuck in towards the end there. So anything can happen still. It's not over till it's over on board of RU Racing at the moment. I'll tell you what, RU Racing, of course, in his debut this season, isn't he? But so is Timmy. And we got some fabulous future stars, haven't we, on the horizon. Not that bad out there as well at the moment. You can see it's this is a very there's a lot of runoff here, isn't there? You need to you've tried really hard to find a barrier, I must say, just on board of Timmy, who's going to be the first one across the line, I think. Anyway, back to the championship, yeah, 76 points. Matt is second at the moment, looking very strong so far. Matt is this season a much better season than last season. He is second at the moment, 92 points. Then we've got Jonathan Cox, third position at the moment on 73 points. Jonathan, if he can get some consistency, and then he will definitely be a threat, won't he? But unfortunately, he has been he's been a bit off form as of late, hasn't he? But hopefully he can get himself back on form now. Then we've got Asdog in fourth position. Asdog has shown some cracking laps in qualifying. Honestly, he just needs to get wrapped up in the race, doesn't he? Dave, since Monaco, he's a new man, isn't he? Fantastic driving from Dave, hasn't he? Of course, Dave was with us last night. He offered his insight of what the elite drivers do. And to be honest, if any of the super guys was listening, which I have, which a lot of them were listening last night, they would have taken a lot of Dave's advice, I'm sure. Or maybe he was just bluffing. Then we've got Timmy in sixth position. Good debut season from Timmy at the moment. We're just watching him on screen now. RU Racing, another debut on seventh. Roscoe, I think it's been a story of woe this season for Roscoe, isn't he? Because he has been very strong, hasn't he? His championship position does not show the full story, does it? Unfortunately, points mean prizes, but I think Roscoe should be well up there, shouldn't he? And then 10th position is Harry at the moment on 40 points. So it's very congested in the midfield, isn't it? So just watching Timmy, and whilst we're watching Timmy, let's just take a quick look. Of course, Didymus is back in here. We got a debutant of Brown AAA 88. We're going to call him Brown, and hopefully he has a good debut race for him. Of course, really look forward to seeing what he could do in the Neo cockpit. Of course, we've also got returning of PB. Of course, made his debut back in Belgium last week, as did East as well, and Hogg. So hopefully they can have much more success, because unfortunately it was short and sweet last week, wasn't it, in Belgium? But definitely I feel they can have a much better race. Even though it must be, look at it, it's congested out there, isn't it? 20 cars around Paul Ricard here. We're just watching cars going on. Timmy then, lovely sweep in right under here there. As you can see this, oh look at that, taking a couple of bites of the cherry, isn't he, Timmy, at the moment? Accelerating away now, coming to the final sector then of this Paul Ricard circuit. Of course, we had a clash around here, didn't we, under the safety car last night as well. Now, of course, unluckily, Slim got a puncture, didn't he? Really cost him valuable points the last night. Slim did, as he was as high as third, wasn't he? I think Summer was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he, last night? Finished second. Timmy's gone fast at the moment, a 31.7. And that is Brown, who's making his debut. He's done a 32.9, a 33.4 for Hogg at the moment in the second racing point. We got East on a 34.2 at the moment. They're all on the soft compound tires at the moment, and they're just coming down. And I think we got not that bad. The championship leader is thrown it onto a 31.6 at the moment. Didymus has done a 32.6, so second off at the pace at the moment. As JJ's got 11th in qualifying last week, but went out the first lap low. Wasn't his fault. No, definitely wasn't. So hopefully, and he did show some real, just show some strong pace, didn't he? Let's see what his race pace can be this week as well. Physico has just gone 7 fast at the moment. Remember the IRC Cup, which of course was a special feature on the IRC YouTube channel. We had an absolutely cracking series of 8 races, didn't we? And I think Physico really showed some strong performances now. Hopefully he can now replicate on the track. I think qualifying has been his downfall so far, and he's on the hard compound tyre at the moment, Physico is. So just testing those conditions out there here in France. And we've just taken a quick look as Steve Penny has just gone to 7 fast at the moment in the McLaren. Welcome back to Steve Penny. Of course, he's had a bit of a stop-start season as well, but of course, I'm hopefully he can get build some momentum now as well. Matt is going 7 fast at the moment. Of course, he's second in the championship at the moment. Got a yellow flag fluttering out there, and you can see look at how clear it is on track at the moment. Snap's gone into 4th position, good stuff from Snap, and Asdog up in the 3rd at the moment in the 32 as well. Remember, Asdog's been the qualifying king so far, hasn't he? He just needs to, and he's 4th in the championship moment. He's had a really good season, Asdog, but he's still only got 1 win to his name. Back was in China. Fantastic race that the Chinese Grand Prix was. I have bad memories of it, of course, but yep, but we're less said about that the better. Watching car 5 now. Energy Dan, Canada Canada had a phenomenal race, didn't he? And really, he hasn't scored any points yet, Energy Dan is, but he's getting quicker and quicker, isn't he? He comes across the line. What does he do? He goes into 5th fast at the moment, once again showing some pace in that Ferrari. So good stuff from Energy Dan then. Double out on track and roads, and he is in the 1st sector as well. And coming into turn 6 at the moment, you can see them just letting the car run wide now onto the back straight here in turn 7. Just a bit of a kink here, and then come down the back straight finish right now. Of course, chatting to Double during the week. Of course, he is. Yeah, I think he was relatively happy with his performance in Belgium. He was telling me about the more how he keeps it cool, and he's always he's a thinking driver, isn't he? Double is, and that is, and you can tell by his race performance as well, can't you? Because he's not concerned about where he starts. He's always concerned about where he finishes, isn't it? And points means prizes. And Double is now just coming then into the final section now, as you can see then. Getting very lively here as he's coming now into turn 12 then. Accelerates now nicely then. And you can see turn 13 is really nothing coming. Got yellow flag and free. And now you can see there's the new pit in there. I'm wondering if any of the drivers have practiced that course. This is completely different to last season. Last season, when the pit in was just about here. You can see there it is there. So pretty woeful pit lane. Double goes up into 9 fast at the moment. Good stuff from Double. You got Physico still out there on track at the moment. Let's take it. Jonathan Cox there. He is just coming around turn 11 now. And we're on board with him now. Of course, there he is. He's sporting his new helmet. Of course, Jonathan is. I tell you what, it's a very nice helmet indeed, isn't it? A lovely helmet. And you can see he's got a bit of traffic in front of him in the car 25. And this is going to cause any issues. Physico and PB are all in front of him at the moment. And this is definitely going to compromise Jonathan. He's almost out of fuel, but what does he do as he comes across the line? He goes fastest anyway. And that was even with very compromised in there. So Jonathan looks in very strong at this stage of the event, isn't he? 3/10 of a second in front of, not that bad at the moment. And he was compromised as well towards the end of that. Just take Roscoe's storming out the pits then. PB is on a lap at the moment then in the Haas. Only a second race event here in IRC. Let's see how well he does. Let's go on board with PB now. Is he coming out of turn 6 now into turn 7? You can see the ERS is up, is maxed out here. Now down the back straight course, him and Easton. Now Haas have got a very inexperienced driver lineup, but experienced. I think Jonathan just got out of the way there. But sometimes experience means nothing. Of course, well, I suppose it does mean something doesn't really experience. But if you're fast enough, it don't really matter how many races you've been in, does it? So PB, and that's a Ferrari just weaving there. I think that is Jonathan Cox. I think it is yellow flying free. I think that's one of the Ferraris just getting on the way there, and it is indeed. It was Jonathan Cox. I thought that, I think Jonathan Cox must have skipped the chicane there, because I was wondering how he got in front. Right now, here comes that PB then into the final section. This is going to be definitely a PB at the moment, but of course this is his first lap on the board there for car 19, and now he's coming through the final few corners now then. And you can see this final corner, turn 15, is a bit of a nasty one, isn't it? And you can see, look at it, just spitting him out wide there. DR's enabled. He's out of ERS at the moment, but he goes 13 fast at the moment. So PB there, decent. I think he might have to go again now, PB. But good stuff Physico is still on track at the moment. He's a second slower, so he's going to have to go again. Or Dave on sector 1. We've also got Stio also in sector 2. We're just on board Stio. Yellow flags floating about there. Stio coming down the back straight now. DRS now. Beautiful stuff. There's 2 DRS zones around this French Grand Prix circuit. And of course, one of them is on the back straight, and one is into turn 1. And accelerating away down then is coming out of turn 9 then. And of course coming down this very formidable turn 10. I love it. And of course John Cox just confirmed he was held up towards the end then. And of course you seen that he had a Haas driver and a Renault driver in front of me. I was going to say a Williams driver there, but of course Physico did drive for the Williams, didn't he, last season before he's been transferred over to the Renault team. And yeah, so I'm stuck in the past there. One man who's in the Williams currently is Stio, and yeah, let's see what he can do there as he coming up to the line now. Car 45 accelerating on turn 15, DRS enabled, no deployments available left, and so he's just got into the line. He goes second fastest once again. Steve is showing some pace, isn't he? Can he get it all together? What about Dave? Dave is coming through the final corner now. Of course, that helmet reminds you of the Malaysian flag. And what does Dave do? He goes 7 fast at the moment in the Red Bull. What about his teammate Roscoe is on and off at the moment. RU Racing's out there as well. We're keeping on Roscoe then as he's flying through turn 11 there. As you can see, this is a very tricky corner, isn't it? It's difficult to get right. As you can see then as he's coming down to turn 12. Of course, we have LJ was saying that he was going to say Jonathan Cox is crazily fast. Had traffic in front of him, but still got fast up. Yeah, indeed he did. I think Jonathan reckons he lost about a tenth of a second there in the final corners there. But yeah, very good luck there indeed for Jonathan. He's loving this track, isn't he? It's a good flowing track as well. As it Roscoe comes across the line, goes 5th fast at the moment in the Red Bull. Of course, we're on board with RU Racing, so he's just coming around the final couple of corners now. Let's take a look then. Well, we'll talk about the drop zone in just a few minutes, but you can see then what does RU Racing do as he comes across the line. He's 7th in championship bump, but he is really starting to build up some momentum. What's he going to do in there? It's quite well tested. He goes fast. It's good time there from RU Racing. This is looking very good, isn't it? RU Racing and Jonathan Cox very close together. Remember, Jonathan lost a tenth of a second as well, so it is nip and tuck at the moment between those two drivers. Beautiful stuff. So at the moment in the drop zone we have Harry in 20th position. He's on the hard tire, so he hasn't set his proper, hasn't gone for a proper bite of the cherry yet. We're on board with JJ at the moment. I was calling him East last race, but I think someone mentioned that I probably should. I think we'd go to call JJ, and I think that is better. Well, he's 17 at the moment. JJ is. You might have to go again because he's out of qualifying at the moment. So the guys that have knocked out, they're out of 2-1 as it stands. Is Hog, is JJ, is PB, is Physico, and is Harry. So yeah, very very close, isn't it, down there? Look at that. So if you want to get through, you've got to find 2/10 of a second, haven't you, for Hog? You got to find a 3/10 of a second if you're JJ, and a PB there is on the 33.9, and then I think Physico and Harry is about to come out now on the soft tires. I would say that I would say Penny's not safe at the moment, so he's back at her. Double's not safe either, and very close times. Brown there doing a good job on his debut. Fantastic stuff, isn't he? So I think Brown, Double, and Penny are probably all looking over their shoulder at the moment. They're safe at the moment, but they won't be safe for much longer. The track evolution around here can be mega as well. So is Didymus safe? Oh, I think I reckon it's Energy Dan and Didymus will add that in there as well. Look at that. So half the field is not safe at this current time, and East there is just it's just cruising around at the moment. So just I think he's right out of fuel there, so he needs to get back to the pits as soon as possible. I tell you what, the apart from Jonathan. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, apart from Jonathan, no one else has been cutting the track, have they? Because remember, the elite guys last night, when it was on their outlaps, they didn't really respect track limits, did they? To be honest, so yeah. But I think tonight, the Super Boys have really doing a fine job of. Well, never mind. I was saying they're doing a fine job of respecting track limits, but I suppose it's all within the rules, isn't it? Really, nothing says you can't do this. So yeah. And to be honest, it gives us a great view, doesn't it, of the track as well. So I think Look at Brown, it's 3/10 of a second up at the moment. So is Penny. What was Penny doing as he's coming down the back straight? Unfortunately, we just missed that. Hog is about to start his lap. He's 16 mode. Physico is also about to start his lap. So let's join Brown, shall we? Remember, this is his first race in IRC. So this is going to be fairly. So this is, I bet he's going to be nervous. I remember my first race in Abu Dhabi. I think it was the end of season 4. And I must admit, I made a mess of my race, to be honest. So, yeah, less about that, the better. I doubt Brown will, though, because he's looking at a very capable driver, isn't he? And he's 30th at the moment in a very, very packed field. So, yeah, he's definitely showing some potential, isn't he? Remember, you don't just get better and better in this line of work. And of course, the job, of course, is to echo the good luck, Brown. Hope he has a good race. He's having a very good qualifying at the moment. Is he yellow flagging free? What does Brown do as he comes across turn 15? Now he's just about keeping it in the track limits. DRS straight away. Of course, the drivers get a beep in their ear. What does Brown do? He comes across the line and he's lost at 600 a second towards the end there. Hog is out on track about. I think Physico is also out on track as well. He's coming into the final couple of corners now. Physico is, remember, this is his first run on the soft compound tyre. We are going to lose 5 drivers. Who are the drivers? Remember, this first qualifying session is only to determine 16th to 20th position. He accelerates away now nicely. What does Physico do? Lovely over the shoulder shot. Car 14. He goes 11th fastest, so he has put Penny in a bit of the world of trouble mode. Hog comes across the line. That's 7 times the second quick. That's a lot better. He's 16th. That's a big chunk of time, and he is really causing some difficult problems now. He is very close to double at the moment. So yeah, they can go again if need to. They have still got 2 minutes to go of this qualifying session. Now we're watching Harry, car 2 in the McLaren, and of course Stoffel Van Doorn's number, but he comes across the line now. He's got much more time than Stoffel Van Doorn. Well, he certainly has in this line, in this league at the moment, and he's gone 11 fast at the moment on a 32.5 there, and you can see there's a big old gap between 10th and 11th at the moment. So Snapper's doing a fantastic job out there, as Harry has just decided to not to bother with any of the corners. So Brown is 6 tenths taken down. He is owned. I think this Brown is going to be very much squeaky bum time, isn't it? Because at the moment Brown is really much on the cusp. So Steve Jones out of session, but don't worry, he's only out of this session. He hasn't crashed. Hog is Hog at the moment there is well, he needs to go the whole Hog, doesn't he? I don't think, has he got enough I think to see, well, he's still pushing at the moment, isn't he? East has gone. Oh no! East has got into the back of someone, and that is a 5-place grid penalty for East. What's going on? And Easy damages front wing. He's got into the back of Diddy. So he comes across. We missed that, unfortunately. Is he damaged his front wing? No, he hasn't. So he's a very lucky boy. But unfortunately, he's going on a 5-place grid penalty. Oh my gosh! And I'm not even sure what happened there. Diddy must just slowed down in the Alfa Romeo, and East went through. I wonder if there's a bit of a fisticuffs going on between those two drivers there. But that's not ideal at all, is it? Didymus is also well, he's on the cusp as well, isn't he? He's only done a 32.6 at the moment. There's 4 tenths of a second difference, but that can change in an instant. So yeah, flagging 3 at the moment. I'm not sure. I think it might be just drivers just getting out of the way at the moment. Back on board with JJ Dennis. He's coming down the back straight at the moment. And what's he doing? What's his first sector? I must admit I missed the first sector because I wasn't paying attention. That's disgraceful behaviour by me, isn't it? So at the moment then, so out qualifying doubles out. That's a big shock. He's been in Q3 for almost every single race this season. Hog is out of qualifying. He improved dramatically on his second lap. I reckon he could have gone quicker as well. Penny out of the race as well. That's out of qualifying as well. This is those some big names out of qualifying already. Didymus is on the cusp, but I think he should be between the two Haas's. PP is there, and so both Haas's at the moment are 90th and 20th. They are the only ones. So Brown at the moment is just in by the skin of his teeth at the moment. Brown is on the tour also. But what about JJ? JJ is coming around the final corner now. What's he doing? He accelerates away there. He is right at deployment. That's he's lost the power of a small family car. What did he do? He goes 11th. Fantastic. East is up into 11th position. And he is through. He has knocked Brown out, unfortunately. What about PB? PB is 2 tenths of a second down in the first and the second sector. I apologise. So is Didymus in trouble as well? Didymus is between Didymus and PB. Who's going to be through the next part of qualifying? as Alk J has just said, wow, that is an incredible time. It is wow, isn't it? From JJ there, and of course he's also said unlucky to Brown now, because that was unlucky for Brown making his debut. But 16th is a very good starting place indeed. But what about PP? He comes across the line now in the Haas. What did he do? And I think he lost a bit of time towards the end there. So we have got our 5 drivers that have been knocked out of Q1. That was a busy old session, wasn't it? Unfortunately, we have lost Brown on his debut, but great driving for Brown there. He really was. He was taking chunks out, wasn't he? He was getting quicker and quicker, wasn't he? Brown was. Double out as well. That's a big blow for Double, isn't it? Double is a very has been Q3 for a majority of the season, hasn't he? So Double there is out of qualifying. Hog also as well, but again, Hog like Brown was really taking chunks out of their times, wasn't he? We're on board with PB, who will be 20th on the back of the grid. Well, it does depend on where Easter qualifies. If East qualifies 15th, I think he'll be starting 20th, won't he? Yes. So we didn't really see what happened between East and Didymus there, but it did looked a bit feisty there, didn't it? And completing the back row is Penny and PB at the moment. So 16th Brown, 17th Double, Hog 8th, 18th sorry, 19th is Penny, and 20th is PB. So that is the final. So that's the first 5 we have lined up. Then we're going to go into Q2 now. Yeah, we would like to know what happened between East and Didymus. So I haven't actually seen any correspondence on that yet, but then again, I do miss quite a bit. So yeah, but hopefully it was nothing malicious. Hopefully it was because this track, it's the final corner, it's a turn. You can see there, look, turn 15, 14 and 13. You can't have a Constantino fan. Remember, the elite drivers also, a couple of the elite drivers also went into, I think it was Blaz, it went into the back of a driver as well, didn't he, in the qualifying yesterday. So it's easily done. Remember, Blaz is a very experienced driver as well. Of course, he's gone from midfield to front runner in from Super and now an elite as well. He's starting to creep up the field again, isn't he? He's one of those drivers that evolves, isn't he, over time. Here's our 15 drivers going for the top 10 shootout. This is 11th to 15th, and you notice that anyone who's new joining us, I just want to go through the rules for this second qualifying session. Anyone who's regular, I apologise, but of course we want to cater for all the audience here tonight. And of course then, so you notice that we're on board Snap, lovely. Oh, and a Toro Rosso there just sneaks out in front of it, and that was Matt. Just barging Snap out the way in the pit lane. So yeah, very competitive, even in the so-called slow lane. Good stuff. And so Matt is out on the medium tires, so you can tell that because he's on the yellow marked tires. And if you get into the top 10, you must start on the tire which you set your fastest time on. So if Matt gets through on those tires, he has to start the race on them. So he can't switch. He can't switch to the red stripe. He can't switch to the white stripe. He has to be on that medium tires. And Snap there just going across the road there as well. And of course it has to be this exact tire as well, unless the tire gets damaged, of course, in qualifying. So, but as Matt there is going to be the first one across the line then. Well, it'd be interesting to see then. So, of course, JJ once again into second Q2 session of his career in 2 races. Good stuff from and Matt just doesn't even care about the bollards. Blimey, look at that! All polystyrene all over the place. And I think I remember Martin Brundle in Crofty talking about just making that a one long straight there. But of course, I think they put that chicane there just because of there's a grandstand, isn't there, halfway down there. But I think it's been produced some really good racing yesterday. It was great side-by-side action, wasn't it? Fantastic. It really was. I enjoyed that. Got Brown there saying, thanks, just couldn't string a good lap together, but we'll all see. But you'll see better driving in the race. Oh, no worries about that, Brown. Brown, I think, was getting quicker and quicker as well. So, qualifying is very tough. It's a fine art, isn't it, to have on board with Matt then. Matt is going to show us his art now. So we're on board with Matt then as he's now powering down into turn 1 then. Look at that awful pit exit there. I must admit, it's one of the worst in the world, really, isn't it? It did must get on the way. Into turn 1 and 2, you cannot let the car run too wide because track limits around here is absolutely brutal. So yeah, you get track extensions, cut corners, all sorts. Turn 3 and 4 now. You can see a couple of good chicanes there. Grosjean went off there in a heavyweight there last season, didn't he? In turn 5 then, and then turn 6, of course. These are lovely butt markers of the corners, so it's really helping me here. Now turn 7 and on the back straight then, look at them. DRS is open now. Straight away there, because drivers are beeping here. Matt is using full blitz there of the ERS, and now he's coming down in there into the chicane of 8 and 9 then, and now accelerates out of 9 now, coming into 10 then. And now then, here he is in the fearsome turn 11, and he has got a name, but I've forgotten what it's called. Obviously. And now then, look at him then. So of course we had Ozone had issues around that corner last race, didn't he? And the back end was very flighty indeed. Then now coming into turn 11 then, and you can see then the car just drifting slightly wide then. This is a very technical part of the track, isn't it? This is you can see into turn 12 then. Now, going very wide there, man. I think he got away with it. He got away with it nicely there. So judged to perfection. And you can see there's the new pit in there. Now into turn 15. It's getting very gloomy out there. If we're going to expect some rain, we've got some rain in qualifying yesterday, didn't we? A bit of an anticlimactic. And Matt has taken us around a lap, but what is his time? It's a 32.4 there for the Toro Rosso driver. Good stuff there from the Toro Rosso Honda. I think Snap was the second man across the line, but I think that he's on the hard tire. Remember, he's done a 34.5. I don't think that's quick enough. And then we've got an Alfa Romeo in the background as well. I think that was Asdog comes into a 32.5. It's gone very dull, hasn't it? And we just seen Harry just blasting out the pits then. Physico, and not that bad, flies onto a 32.1 there, 4 tenths of a second quicker than Matt at the moment. What about Physico? Comes across the line, he goes fourth at the moment. He's on the soft compound tyre. Physico is, so he's really trying to upset the apple cart here, isn't he, by going on the soft tyre. Same with JJ. JJ goes over the fifth fastest man, also on the soft compound tyre. And is he going to make it through the Q3? He's very close, wasn't he, to get out last week, wasn't he? Timmy goes at third fastest at the moment in the Mercedes. Really, of course, remember Timmy made his debut in China, but he announced himself beautifully in Azerbaijan, didn't he? Fighting right at the front at the sharp end of the field. Good stuff to see. RE Racing coming across the line, and he's gone faster still. RE Racing's looking good this year, very good indeed. Jonathan Cox I think Jonathan Cox not a bad RE Racing. I'm looking forward to that battle. That's going to be fantastic, isn't it? Energy down on the back straight at the moment. Didymus is also on the back straight as well. We've got him drawing on board, Didymus. There's a car right off the track there. I wonder if that does distracting Snap there. Oh, getting a bit of polish throwing all over the place there. And here's a bit of target practice there for a Snap. You can see Didymus coming into the final couple of corners now. I've missed a couple of comments, but yeah, let's take a quick look, see what's going on then. And Hog is saying looking forward to seeing that Brown. And we've got a bit of banter going on. I love a bit of banter. Great banter, it really is. Anyway, Didymus coming across the line. DRS available. He's open it, and he goes 8 fastest. Didymus does, because great to see Didymus back in the car. Energy down now. Medium tires. He hasn't scored a point yet. Can you believe it? Energy down hasn't scored a point yet. It's very hard to believe, isn't it? I tell you what, I reckon he's a different driver though. Montreal onwards, he's been a fantastic driver, hasn't he? He's had a very difficult start to the season, but then he's really got himself together, hasn't he? As we got an Alfa Romeo just coming in the pits there behind us. I was actually going to say that I thought he was off the track. Jonathan Cox there in stereo, very close call there. So Harry is now on a lap then in the McLaren then. He is on the medium tires. So let's just take stock of what's going on in the top 10. So we've got medium tires then for RE Racing, not that bad. Matt, Timmy, Asdog. Physico is on the soft tires, and so is JJ, soft as well. Medium tires for Energy Dying, soft for Didymus, and hard for Snap, who's now going to medium. And that's the tires are on. I'm not talking about themselves personally. That's the tires that they've chosen. And we're just on board then with Harry Dennis. He's coming down the back straight now. And of course, this track returned to the Formula 1 calendar back in 2018. Well, back in 2018, last year in 2018. Yeah, to be honest, I think I was quite excited to see the French Grand Prix back after a decade. I wasn't, of course, the last race was in 2008 in Manicure, and I think it was to be honest, it was a very emotional race. I think the final race, because the former Toyota boss, I think. I think it was Mr. Anderson, wasn't it? I can't remember his first name, but unfortunately he passed away, didn't he, the week before the race. And I think Jarno Trulli got on the podium there. So yeah, it was a good final race there. It was a cracking race. Of course, I like Manicure. So there's some very tough corners, isn't there, to navigate. The Imola chicane, you got the Estoril corner. Of course, it goes on and on and on. The Adelaide hairpin, you see a lot of overtaking there. Of course, that was the infamous hairpin where Coulthard flipped off the burr to Schumacher, didn't he, back in 2000. And of course, that fabulous race in '99. We'll go back to history lane in a minute, because now Harry comes across the line, and what does he do? He goes into 9th at the moment. I don't think that's safe for Harry at the moment. Dave is on the back straight at the moment. So is Stevie at the moment. I wonder if a couple of drivers must have called it a day on there. What's it called a day on there? On their laps, because yeah. And yeah, because I thought I was expecting more out there. Sorry, my nephew just messaged me about Yeah, it's about Gears of War. Great stuff. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's a bad word, isn't it? Oh, I'm not Xbox. Oh dear. Anyway, coming back to Dave now. It's he's in the final part. Look at that, the car, just the back end trying to overtake the front there. And now he's coming into turn 14 and 15 then. What's he going to do? Snap his back on an outlap. 6 minutes to go. So what, 6 3/4 minutes to go. There's a long way from being done here, isn't it? Of course, the race is straight after qualifying, so that's the advantage we get. DR and Dave goes up into 8th position. I was going to call him DRS Dave then. And Dave goes up into 8th position then on the medium tires. I don't think Dave will be safe there, so he might have to go again. Yellow flagged in 1 and 2. What about Steo? He goes 8th as well, so look at that. 4 thousandths of a second separates the Williams and the Red Bull. Fantastic stuff. So brilliant indeed. And Stereo, of course, I think this is the you can see there, I think that this is one of the advantages you have around this track with so much runoff area. It's concrete everywhere. It's because of I think that's an invalidated time from Snap, isn't it? Well, I think he's continuing on. He might go away. That might be a lucky boy because he might have lifted off there. But yeah, that's a shame for Snap. Of course, he was on the hard tire originally, wasn't he? Snap showed some really good pace in Q1, didn't he? So hopefully can carry that into Q2 as well. Remember, we're losing the number 5 drivers here. We're trying to get the top 10 to duel out for pole position. And at the moment, Harry, Didymus, Snap, Jonathan, and Roscoe are all haven't set a time, or are in the drop zone mode. So just we've got 13 guys watching. Fantastic stuff. And I need to stop saying fantastic. Anyways, as Snap is now coming down the back straight then, and so let's see what he can do then in the Renault. I think Snap is currently third in the championship. He's had a phenomenal season, but I feel that there's a lot of what might have been, what ifs, and what could have been for Snap, isn't it? Really, because I think he's absolutely done a fantastic job this year, hasn't he? He's really upped his game. He is much quicker on this on 2019. He loves these spec cars, and I feel that sometimes I feel that the race has gone against Snap, hasn't it? So I'm hoping that he gets a good race this weekend. To be honest, I'm not biased at all. I hope everyone gets a good race, but unfortunately not everyone can. Snap comes across the line. He's improved, and look at that. He's showing some really fierce pace, isn't he, in that Renault? He's loving it. He's really flying the flag for France here, flying the flag for Renault here in France at the moment. And it's looking good indeed. It did was to cut the pits. Jonathan Cox there is on that. We're joining Roscoe at the moment. Remember, Roscoe again, another driver like Snap really that should be a lot higher up in the championship than what he is. But car 84 now Roscoe is, of course. Let's what's he doing then as he comes into the final couple of corners now. Look at that. Look at the understeer on that Red Bull there. You can see it's a very frustrating final part of the lap here in France, isn't it? It's yeah, I must admit, I don't want to even say it's a fun track to drive, from my personal opinion, really. But I think the last night's the elite race actually showed what the track this can do. Roscoe does a good. Oh, he's only 10th for the moment, so he's going to have to go again. That is right on the cusp. So that's right on the bubble moment. Both Red Bulls are really need to turn us around. I'm wondering, of course. Remember last night we had a flood. Steve just got off the track there. We had a flood of drivers that went from the medium to the soft tires. There's only 3.5 minutes to go. Jonathan Cox, what can he do? I expect him to be right for the front with the guys, and he's gone second fastest. Slotted somehow in between RU Racing, not that bad. Excuse me. And I think I need to sneeze as well. Oh dear. Yeah, RU Racing and so Jonathan Cox somehow has summoned himself in between the front two. And I've lost my bottle of water. So yeah, things are going absolutely swimmingly here in the old commentary box. But as Roscoe is out just coming back into effect. So at the moment we've got 3 minutes to go, and excuse me. And in the bottom 5 is Roscoe at the moment. Is Steve, is Dave, is Harry and Didymus. And Snap is still on track to vote. Dave is on an outlap at the moment. So is Didymus. And Didymus, I think he's slightly further up the track. He is. So we're going to keep an eye on Didymus. We've got yellow flag floating in 2. So who's in the drop zone at the moment? Well, who's in danger, I should say? Well, JJ, I think, is on the cusp. No, he's only a 10th of a second in there at the moment. But I wonder if he can find some more time. Physico is also on the cusp as well. So look at that. 32. Sorry, 32.8. 32.8. 32.8. Snap. Physico and East are very much in danger. Asdog is on a 32.5. He's still in the pits. Do you feel, is he safe in there? I'm not sure if he is, because at least we got Steve, we got Dave, we got Harry, and we've got Dynamis all banging on a set of soft tires. They're going to be rapid, aren't they? So Dynamis is the first one to come across the line. Asdog is still in the pits. Is he going to choose to come out? Oh, Dynamis got wide. Is that invalidated this time? It has. He has got a minute to go. He can get around there in no time at all. But yeah, that's not the ideal preparation there for Dynamis at the moment. Dave is now out there on a lap at the moment in the Red Bull, and now he's coming into the first complex of corners now. Then, well, he's in the second complex of corners. Roscoe's still in the pits moment. They are leaving it quite late. I think the reason why they're leaving it late though is because they can cut half the track and basically get a minute and a half lap down to basically a minute. So yeah, so hopefully that. I'm hoping that's what they're doing, because this is going to be a very packed end to qualifying. It really is. At the moment, so Energy Dan is doing a great job in 5th position, and we have just seen, I think, Timmy just go up in the 4th position in the Mercedes. So he's on 2 lap low medium tires. Matt is out there at the moment. I think he's just defending his position. I think it's belt and braces for Matt, isn't it? Just to make sure that he can make it through. Energy Dan, Asdog is still in the pit. Snap is still in the pit. Well, Snapper's retired. So I'm quite surprised by that. So I wonder if Snap feels he might have made it through. This is going to be very, very close. And Jonathan Cox has just informed me that there is rain on the horizon in 15 minutes. So yeah, I think so similar to the Elite League last night, where we're going to get rain into the final stages of the qualifying session. It robbed us of an absolutely fantastic end to qualifying, didn't it, yesterday? What does Dave do? Dave is on a 32.9 at the moment. He only needs a 10th of a second to get in, doesn't he? But oh goodness, this time is a fantastic time from Dave. He has done a 31.666 there for Dave, and I'm sure that it's not a great number, is it? So is Harry is 5 tenths of a second in front of him. Didymus is 4 seconds down, but he's about to restart his time. So Dave is retired from the session. He's happy with that. So at the moment, Asdog is not going to be able to prove. It's not as Energy done, but they are 3 tenths of a second in front of Snap. So I think the 2 men are in trouble. It's Snap and Physico, but I think Steve, Harry, and also Dumas all have the pace. I think that Asdog might be in a bit of trouble here. What does Harry do? Harry goes second fastest. Asdog's in huge trouble. Physico is out, but he's on track at the moment. Well, we've also got Steve out at the moment as well. Where's Physico? Physico is just starting us up, so we're keeping on Physico at the minute. Physico is still in the fight at the moment. He is not in qualifying, but he's still in at the moment. Asdog won't be able to respond. All Energy down. This is going to be very, very close, isn't it? We got 3 drivers out there. So the guys that I think are in huge trouble is Energy Dan, Asdog, and Snap. What about Steve then? As he's coming across the final couple of corners now. This is the last corner right now. Turn 15. He accelerates away nicely. He's got a bit of deployment. Now he's got none left. Is it going to be enough? I think it should be enough. It is. He's first. Look at the track evolution. And Didymus is out on track about 8 tenths of a second in front. Physico's also out there as well. Didymus is going to get himself through, I think. Oh, he's gone wide. Is he going to get himself through? He accelerates for the line. What does he do? He goes 10. He's knocked Asdog out. He's knocked Asdog out. Oh no, Asdog has made a huge mistake. But Didymus is not in. He's not in the clear yet. Physico is 3 tenths of a second down. I think he's had a horrible second sector. But Didymus has knocked out his teammate, hasn't he? Snap is out. Physico can he get himself back in, back on board with the red? Oh, I don't think he's done it. He hasn't done it. I think the second sector was not very good for Physico then. So that's in the Q2. Yeah, it's fairly eventful, wasn't it? Let's just take a quick look to see. Who's been knocked out. Unfortunately, Roscoe is out. That's a huge thing to knock out. JJ didn't make it through the Q3, but a very good time there for JJ. But unfortunately, he'll be going 5 places back on the grid. Physico, unfortunately, he had a problem in the second sector. He's 3 tenths down. Snap chose not to go out again there, but he'll be 12. Asdog just outside the top 10 there. Of course, the qualifying king. Asdog has been this season, so but he will have a free choice of tires. So we got a fantastic top 10 shootout, haven't we? But there's a lot of frills and spills in that session there. As so as we're going to Q3 now, and this is going to be running into Q3 now. So just as a double has just messaged saying that he's got a long race pace and hopefully it's better. Yeah, because I think Sorry, he was just battling on there. Yeah, so of course Double unfortunately knocked out of qualifying 1 there, but of course points is not won in qualifying. This is just about a range in the grid. We've got a Ferrari coming out then. This is going to be fantastic. Who is going to get pole position then for the French Grand Prix here in Super? And who's going to put your money on then? That's what I'd like to know. So yeah, throw your predictions in the comments. To be honest, I tell you what, I don't even know who to predict really. Who can it be? We're on board with Jonathan there, sporting a new helmet as we said earlier on, and he's on fire at the moment, isn't he? Of course, Jonathan is. I tell you, that's a really nice helmet as well, isn't it? Of course, but Jonathan, are you racing? Not that bad. Top 3 there. We can't leave out Timmy. The energy down there, looking very strong as well. Matt, of course, second in the championship. Didymus squeezed by and knocked Asdog out. Stio, he's showing some electric pace, isn't he? And of course, we can't forget Dave either. Of course, the Monaco winner. So you can see then. So his rain is out. Rain is forecast in the next 50. Well, John said next 15 minutes. That was about 5-10 minutes ago, wasn't it? So rain could be imminent very quickly. Hopefully the rain will stay away though until at least the race, because we don't an anticlimactic qualifying session, do we? So then, so we got all 9 drivers. We got all 10 drivers out on track then. So this is going to be very busy, isn't it? I don't think it's going to be like Monza though, where they're all just parking away and they want to get in front of each other. This is it's all about who's going to be quickest. No shenanigans. I don't think this is going to be about who's the quickest on this time of history. And Jonathan there is just getting himself warmed up and ready to go then. See, its urge has turned up to 4 already, isn't it? Because he's on overtake mode then, coming through the final corner now. I think I've swallowed funny or something, because I've got a tickle. Jonathan and Cox there starts his time now. Here we go then. So Jonathan there is coming down then, the start-finish straight in. He is aiming for the breaker board. There he is, look at that. Braces for the 50-meter board there. So anyway, you can't drift the car too wide there. Good stuff. He's kept 2 of the 4 wheels in the track, and that's exactly what you need then. And coming into turn 4 here, then you can see, look at that. I tell you, this is coming a very frustrating circuit. Oh, he's gone wide there. He should be okay. He should be okay, because I think some of the corners you don't get track extension there. It's based on the FIA really. It's very inconsistent. DRS enabled. He's not gone hot lap, has he, Jonathan has? So he's been very clever with his errors, hasn't he, at this stage? So he doesn't want to lose deployment by the end of the lap. And now into turn 9 then. Accelerating away nicely then. And here we go then onto the. I think it's a fantastic corner, isn't it? Especially if you get it right. But you can't. If you have a floaty rear end, you're going to have an almighty incident. Unfortunately, Ozone had a couple of incidents around here yesterday, didn't he? A very frightening incident indeed, and that's unfortunately where he ended his race. Jonathan there. Hopefully, the same thing won't happen to anyone here tonight. And Jonathan there now on the final part of the lap then. Into turn 12, you can see he's gone very. Oh, he's gone wide. Is that it for Jonathan? Well, I'm not sure. He's carrying on. You can see, look at him playing with the earth, and there's the telemetry down in the right-hand side. Yeah, it is the right-hand side of the screen there. Accelerates away, comes across the line now. DRS enabled. What did he do? He's done a 30. He's done a 37. Good stuff from Jonathan there. Yellow flying free. Look how dull it's got out there. Not that bad. It's still on an outlap at the moment. Just taking a quick look at see if there's any rain on the horizon then. But yeah, there is. I think there must be a bit of rain in the air at the moment. Harry there is on the back straight. We've got Yellow flying free. Are you racing? It's just coming out. Matt goes second on a 31-1 there, and that is followed by Steve on a 31-4 in the Williams there. As they've set their laps in, so yeah, if it does rain, they've got the banker in now, so that's okay. And look at that, you can see that Steve there just going across there. Timmy done a 31-2 there, very close between Matt and Timmy, very close between Are You Racing and Jonathan now. Look at that, 30.8 there, a tenth of a second off, splits the top 2 at the moment. Not that bad. It's still on an outlap at the moment. We got energy down there, out there as well. Didymus, Dave, what does Dave do? Dave goes 4 fast at the moment, 31 there from Dave. Harry goes in 2, and Harry's on a 31-7 there. Didymus is on a lap at the moment. There is rain. So, oh no, not that bad. Who is leading the championship? This is awful. He's still on an outlap. There's all sorts going on then. Of course, it's all about then. Of course, it can get into your head, can it? Whether you with the amount of rain out there at the moment, And it is, and Jonathan's just confirmed it is raining, and this is appalling look, isn't it? Jonathan Cox is on pole position at the moment for the French Grand Prix. These guys are going to have a mega lap. They're going to have to just throw it all, hopefully not into the wall there, but just throw it all to, what have they got left? They're going to have a Leclerc-esque lap. Remember, I think it was Brazil last year where Leclerc just really had a fantastic qualifying, didn't they? Energy down there on board with it now. You can see Jonathan Cox getting out of the way there. As you can see, look, there's traffic everywhere, isn't there? 6 minutes to go. Unfortunately, I think that might be the end of qualifying, unfortunately, because of the rain. Exactly what happened in the Elite League yesterday, isn't it? Rain then costing us a duel, didn't it? So that's a big shame for these drivers. But then, is they still going to be able to claim a couple of positions then? Well, they have to carry on, don't they? Because who is going to be? So yellow flying free. Yellow flag free, is it whatever? It's not one of our drivers, it's on a hot lap. And Energy Dan comes across the line. He's done a 33 there for Energy Dan. He's 2 seconds off, isn't he? And what Didymus is 36 there. What about not that bad then? Because he's the championship leader. He's going to be right in the thick of it, isn't he? And this is what he needs to be. He needs to be calm now. He needs to keep his head in the right direction. He needs to keep his car in the right direction as well, really, doesn't he? As we're on board then with not that bad then. He's into the final couple of corners now then. How is it looking? He's looking very, very, I can't think of the word. Basically, I was going to say sketchy, but that's not really a professional word, is it? But you can see he's looking a bit, he's tippy-toeing around, isn't he? But this might be a decent lap. Oh no, he's gonna be 8th position in the end there for not that bad. Didymus is in bad at his time. Not that bad. Only 8th, but he's in the wall. I think that's frustration for not that bad. I think that the rain came at the wrong time, and not that bad as has been robbed of a potential pole position here. That is the championship leader. Is done for qualifying. He'll be 8th. What about Didymus then? Didymus is he's on lap at the moment. Let's see what he can do then. We finish off the qualifying. Jonathan has said it's clear in 10 minutes, but I think that unfortunately the qualifying session will be over in 5. So yeah, unfortunately the rain has really robbed us of what could have been an absolutely spectacular end. We had a three-way fight, didn't we, between Jonathan, IRC Racing, and Didymus. It was the first lap to count there, and fair play to Jonathan there. He got it in there straight away. He was on the ball with the weather. You can see Didymus is showing us showing us the pit in there. Good stuff from Didymus, lovely. And you can see there's the Ferrari Energy done there. Very, very disappointing there. CEO's on the intermediate tires. He's 6th at the moment. So I think this might be the grid. So let's quickly go through the top 10 then, shall we? With 4 minutes to go. Jonathan Cox on pole position. I tell you what, this track he's been phenomenal on, hasn't he? He's really showing some good pace around here. IRC Racing is 2nd. 3rd position is Matt. He is out on the soft tires, so I think he's just trying his luck. Dave is 4th. 5th position is Tim Higgs. 6th position is Steve. 7th position is Harry. 8th position is not bad. 9th position is Energy Dan, and 10th position is Didymus. Just on board. Matt is out of the pits now then. So yeah, that's an unfortunate anticlimactic end to qualifying. And look at how much the track has changed in a couple of minutes. It's just incredible, isn't it? Again, like last night, the track went from basically a bone dry track to literally very, very wet, isn't it? And the question is it going to be raining in the race? I think that I would have been told if it was raining in the race there, but it would definitely made of interest, wouldn't it? So Matt's coming across the line now, and he's about to start his lap, and he's gone. It's very dark, hasn't it? Look like you can see that the track is quite damp. It's quite damp now. Matt has gone off the track there, and he's DRS been disabled, so that's it now, isn't it? Really for anyone who wants to get a lap in there. So yeah, so that is going to be, I think that's going to be the lineup then, isn't it, for the French Grand Prix? I'll tell you what, if you try to pick the cars in the position of where you wanted them to start, I would say that I wouldn't really change a lot about that grid. That's a fantastic grid, isn't it? Not that. Oh, Matt's gone around then, so that just shows how difficult it is out there. We got Dave on the 4 wet tires there, so he might be. Whoa, look, there's spray. There's a lot of spray there, and oh, Dave has gone off. Dave is off, but luckily there's a lot of runoff there. And as I said, you need that almighty crash, don't you, to crash around here, don't you? Because yeah, it's very, very long. I'm sure that wasn't it? I think when the Alfa Romeo's crashed down there, doesn't it? I think it was Ericsson, wasn't it? And the car burst into flame. I'm sure it's somewhere down there in one of the practice sections. And Dave was on the wet tires as well, wasn't he? So you can see very difficult conditions out there. This is a big old rainstorm, isn't it? At the moment, and then John Cox just confirmed it's the 2nd pole position in a row. And as Matt has retired from the session then. So we got 2 minutes now. Let's go down history lane, shall we? I love it. Yeah. Oh, is Dave just going for the polystyrene there as well? Look at the lock he's doing. There's I think he just wanted to get a little smashing time now. Harry's on track on the intermediate tyres then. So it's incredible how quickly this track has changed in like the matter of minutes. We've also got a tour off. That's Matt also off as well. But he's third on the grid there. The second place man championship. Can he eat into not that bad lead? As we said earlier on the program, it's anything can happen in Formula One, and it usually does, doesn't it? You know, bored with Harry at the moment. He's just look at the amount of lock he's got on that McLaren. Yeah, the French. So I was really glad to see the French Grand Prix come back after 10 years absence. Of course, what are the favourite French Grand Prix out there? Well, 99, one of my all-time favourites. I love that race. Of course, Frentzen won it somehow. It was incredible stuff, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I think 99. Formula 1 99, I think for me was one of the better years. I really enjoyed that year. There's so many memorable moments, isn't there? Unfortunately Hakkinen losing it in Monza, and then unfortunately we seen him absolutely distraught in the trees there. To be honest, that's one of the memories that really stick out for me that season. The European Grand Prix, of course, which was held at the Nürburgring, is Harry doing a bit of donuts there. That reminds me, I've still got a donut actually downstairs, so I might have that in a minute. Of course, the Nürburgring '99, where, of course, I think one of the best competition I've ever witnessed as well. Somehow, of course, once again, Frentzen, again, it sounds like I'm a big Frentzen fan too. I think when he was in the Jordan, I think he really showed some talent there, didn't he? Unfortunately, it didn't go his way in the Williams that did it in '97 and '8, but I think '98 he definitely did a better grasp, didn't he, of that Williams. But '97 though, he really had a tough year, didn't he? He only won one race in that championship winning car, didn't he? And Williams was actually, I would say, the class of the field, wasn't he, that year as well? That's also really Frentzen there didn't really live up to his billing now, did he? But but when he went to Jordan, absolutely transformed. Well, for 2 years anyway. Well, not even 2 years, 1 year really. He absolutely just transformed his career. Fantastic. So there's the top 10 then for the French Grand Prix, which is coming up as soon as this qualifying session's over. And so then at the moment, then pole position is Jonathan once again. So 10th and second in front of Are You Racing? Matt and Dave are third and fourth, 4 tenths to a second back. Then we got Timmy and Steve 5th and 6th. Harry is 7th, not that bad. Championship leader down in 8th. Rain came at the wrong time. Energy down 9th, and 10th position is Diddy Mus. So I'm just getting my act together. Let's go for the race. And you can see that the garages are empty. We've got a lovely bit of sunshine here, here in the south of France, I think this is, isn't it? And absolutely glorious day here in Paul Ricard. And we are about to get racing, aren't we? The guy's going to live up to the bill after last month's race. It was absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get the same thing here. Well, to be honest, I think we're going to get just as good or maybe even better. It's brilliant, really good standard of driving, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. As we're just going to get ready then for the race. Then you can see, look at the pit lane now. It's a bit of a kink in the pit lane. It's a bit of auto pit, isn't it? Well, we mentioned the pit in of last year. Awful, isn't it? Pit in ain't too bad this year. Still could probably be a bit better. The amount of space they got, and they really haven't done well on the pit in or out, have they? But I do get a little excited when they change that. You can see them. So I think in the last couple of races we have had a couple of shenanigans on the formation lap, and once again we got a Renault driver Snap who's not really too keen, I don't think, on the on formation lap. But it's good from my point of view because I don't have to rush going through the grid. Oh, Rory Racing's off the track. He's off the track, and that is, oh no, he's already, so there's a problem on the formation lap already in this Grand Prix. So yeah, pit over to go. Well, this is going to be a fantastic race. And there's Renault just flying across the screen now. So pole position is Jonathan Cox, medium tyres. Are You Racing is going to have cold tyres, stone cold tyres then for the race, for the start sequence. Matt and Dave, third and fourth. Dave is also on the grid as well, so both so I'm wondering if them two got together on the track, unfortunately. But soft tyres for Dave. Timmy is on the medium tyres. Then we've got Steve Oh, Steve's on the grid as well, so we got a bit. Well, we got a good lineup there, haven't we? Steve is 6th at the moment on this soft compound tyre. We got Harry in 7th, who is also on the soft as well. Championship leader, not that bad, medium tyres. 9th position, Energy Dan, medium tyres. Didymus is also in 10th position. We basically got a queue, haven't we, on the on the right hand side of the grid, haven't we? So good stuff. Asdog, medium tyres. He'd be the first man to decide on what tyres go start. He's gone for the medium compound here, and also Snap in 12th position on the hard tyre. 13th position is Physico, medium. Physico, 14th, medium. 15th is Brown, he's on the soft one. There's a lot of disqualifications. Double in 16th, medium. 17th position is Hog. 17th position is Penny, hard. 8th is JJ, who's down in 18th, and 19th is a BP. Just starting. We've got a bit of shenanigans here at the back there, and Karen said that the tyres don't go cold when you're on the grid. So I said that the other day. Well, when I first started this, I didn't think the tyres went cold. I reckon that someone's just been pulling my leg. I'm glad the Karen told me that. I believe anything. That's to be honest, that just also shows why I don't race anymore, because I know absolutely nothing about these racing games. I've been playing it since '95 and I still don't know what's going on. Those are the days the cars were a lot more simpler, weren't they? I loved the '95 cars. Absolutely beautiful specimens as the Alfa Romeo just goes inside the Haas. Anyway, we got 27 laps around beautiful France, and so luckily for the guys that Carton said, well, they should though. Tion say probably should really, because that should kind of punish you for any issues you have on the formation lap, or albeit sometimes that isn't your fault. A lovely shot at the second of turn 2 there, but I'm not really keen on turn 2. And we're just about to get going now. There we go. That's a better camera. 5 flights run when we're racing in France, and it is go, and it's a good start from Jonathan there. So I've got the wrong there we go, that's better. And look at this, Jonathan's had a beautiful start, isn't he? Fantastic stuff. The Ferrari leads going to turn 1. Are you racers under a lot of pressure? Matt and Timmy have come together there. Oh, there's Debris. No, I think it's just polystyrene now, and look at them, they're all over the track. Fantastic. They haven't actually come together, I don't think, but there's a terrible Roscoe's in 14th position at the moment, and so just take a look up and down the grid. Not that bad. It's up in the 7th position at the moment. Davis dropped down the 5th position on board for Energy down there. Is that some company inside? There's Steve's on the inside of her, and Dan, he is through. Yellow flag out there. Energy Dan's go. Oh my gosh, that Ferrari just went through Steve. Yellow flag, everyone who's dropping. Oh, that's Snap is out of France. Oh no. And Hog is also down the back of the road as well. 5-second penalty, a severe collision between them. It's Roscoe with 4. That safety car is out, and we are just regrouping. And wow, so Snap and Roscoe have come together then, by looks in that the stewards have deemed that it is Roscoe's fault. So a 5, I think that was that a 5-second penalty there. Blimey. Oh dear, so not very good. And Snap is out of the race already, and we got 2 cars trying to overtake each other. Safety cars out then, so let's quickly take stock then. Great starts from both Haas's. They're up 4 positions. Remember, they was at 19th and 20th on the grid. They're now 15th and 16th. Watch the Haas's fly. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Of course, unfortunately, we got Snap is the big loser. He's down 8 positions there, and Carton echoes a lot of the Snap fans out there, as he is out already. Carton is I'm disappointed as well. We've got pit action. Who is in the pit? Steve's in the pits then, and Didymus is in the pits as well. Didymus hasn't scored a point yet in this season either. So yeah, let's see what's going on. We've got a lot of pit action here. So what tire are they going to go on? Remember, these guys are on the soft tire. So what I thought we missed the pit box there. And you can see, as I said, it's a very interesting pit here. So here we go then. So we've got both Williamses in. Double's in as well then. So what's his team? He's going on the hard compound tyre. It's the warm up. It's the warm for the tyre going to be an issue. Remember, we heard last night that it can be difficult. Double there. You can see Double is being double stacked there. Now he's in the pits. Williams mechanics are not ready. As you can see, look at them. They're scrambling around. They're trying to get the tyres ready. Now it's go. But luckily the safety car's out there, so he should be able to catch up to the back of the pack. And of course, Double is keeping his tribute helmet to Anton Hubert, which is a great touch as well for Double. And he's coming out of the pits as well then. So safety cars out then. Let's take a quick look and see what's going on in the race then. So Steve on hard tires, he's pitted. Didymus hard tires pitted as well. Hog on hard tires pitted. JJ hard tires. brown medium tires and double on hard as well. Is those tires going to get to the end of the race? I'm going to be honest, I'm very skeptical about that, but I think that it'd be interesting to see where it puts them into play. So at the moment, then lap 2, we've got a safety car, a big old smash between Snap and Roscoe. Well, according to Stewart as well, we were just in at the end of that accident. Snap had an almighty accident, didn't he? It was an awful crunch, wasn't it? Jonathan Cox leads from pole position. Are you racing second? Matt is third. So the top 3 haven't changed from where they started. Timmy fourth. He's up from 5th to 4th there. Dave is down to 5th. 6th position is Harry. Not that bad. Is in 7th position. Energy Dan 8th there. He had a bit of lagger on Energy Dan. Remember, he hasn't scored a point yet, Energy Dan. So hopefully today is the day. Asdog is up to 9th position. He started 11th. Physico is 10th. Roscoe 11th position. And of course he's got that penalty. How is that going to affect it? PB in 12th position from the back of the ground. Oh no! We got a severe collision. Didymus, who also hasn't got any points here, damaged his car, and that is not good at all for Didymus. That's a lot of damage on the Alfa Romeo. So we'll have to come in and get that fixed. He is in the pits. Of course, we had a couple of issues with on the safety car. Oh, flying in the pits. Look at him, he's flying to 5th. We had a couple of issues on the safety car, didn't we, last night? Just on board double at the moment, and he is the final man on the train at the moment. Double is so Didymus is in the pits again then. So what tires is he going to go on? He looks like they're yellow tires there, but I think they're actually hard tires. And so he's also serving his penalty as well. So technically, there's no penalty at all, really, if you think about it. So not really, so. Chance, it does depend on the circumstances there, but he might have got away with one there, Didymus, but he's coming out of the pits now. He hasn't scored any points yet, so hopefully today is the day for Didymus as well to get some points as well on the board of the Alfa Romeo team then. And see, look at them weaving back and forth. We're on board Brown at the moment, making his debut. How is he going to react behind the safety car? The safety car is a very difficult thing to manage, isn't it? Because look at the stop starts here. It's very difficult indeed, and we've seen a lot of experienced drivers. I mean, last night we've seen a couple of the elite guys, didn't we? Having issues as well, and I thought there was a big spider next to me then. So, I think I've reacted that quite well. So you can see then at the moment just watching Roscoe, who instigated the Snap's retirement. Apparently, I'll put that in quotes because you cannot believe everything you read, can you? So, and who's that? That's a Mercedes got off. That's not that bad. It's gone off, hasn't it? Is he still in the race? He's still in the race. Energy Dan is in front of him, so I'm not sure what's going on. Energy Dan is lagging all over the place. I think not that bad was and safety car is at the end of this lap. Look at them all bunching up here. So how is Jonathan Cox going to play this then? So he's the de facto safety car then. Lovely shot. Look at that. That's a beautiful shot here of France, isn't it? I love it. Amazing stuff indeed. And you can see, look at all those cars out there. We got 19 cars here tonight. Of course, unfortunately, we should have 20, but Snap is exit stage left, unfortunately, on the opening lap. But of course, hopefully, it's a big shame for Snap. It really is, isn't it? Because I think you have the pace around here to get some major points as well. Jonathan Cox is slowing them all down then. Not that bad, going very, very going up very you can see, look at him, he's attacking. Is he going through? He's through already? He's through already, Angie Dunn. I think we're going now. Are we? I think we are, but look at this, we've got some shenanigans going on here, aren't we? They should be going, and now they're going. Asdog is going to lose out the physical, I think, as well, and we got Roscoe there, and a 5-second penalty for not that bad for ignoring yellow flag. Wheel-to-wheel stuff between Physico and Asdog. Come down to turn 1 here, as Physico is through, and up into 9th position there. Lovely overtake there for Physico. Asdog was compromised, but look at that, wow, what a slingshot on the inside there, and Asdog is back up into 9th position then. Physico has dropped down to 10th at the moment, as well, good overtake there from Physico, and then Asdog just came straight back at him. Jonathan Cox has had a beautiful start out in front. He's at 1.3 seconds in front. Brilliant. Roscoe for 11, 12 position BP. Then we've got Steve. Then we've got Steve Anstey, who are 13 and 14 for the moment, and really long the start at the moment. As they're coming down the back straight at the moment. Look at this, Steve. They're pulling out from underneath the rear wing of Steve, and he's going to go out the inside. Steve's got a very quick car there. But, oh, Steve's gone wide. Where's Steve? So Steve is just about kept on the track there. He's just trying to get out of the way. And Hog has gone flying on the outside. And he's up in the 14th position. And JJ's through, is followed through as well. Steve's got a problem, see? No, I think he's just making sure that he, well, he's basically done the opposite of Vettel there. He's carefully rejoined the track. I think the Vettel might need to learn a bit of how to come back on the track there. Well done, Steve. Very nicely done indeed. And you can see the front end is 1.3 seconds still. So Are You Racing keeping in touch? Matt is a second back. So is Timmy a second back. And then Dave is now all over the gearbox of Timmy at the moment. And Harry, and not that bad, is all over the back there of. Oh, he had any more. He is through and up into. And there's a yellow flag in free. Harry's off the track there on figures for Harry. And not that bad. Forces its way through. And he is. And look at that. He's made the fast of the race. Good stuff there. Look at this. Look, Dave is going on the inside of Timmy. Dave is on the inside of Timmy. No, not quite. Timmy slams the door. So, oh, but he's going. Oh, that's great driving. Great racing etiquette there from Dave. He is having the 4th position then. Oh, and I thought Timmy was going to go into the zone now. Dave's gone wide. That's going to allow Timmy to get back at him. No, not quite. And and Snapper's left the session, unfortunately. Then Steve is dropping down. I don't know what's going on with Steve there, but hopefully he's hopefully it's not terminal there, but he's dropping down. Doubles all on the back of Didymus as well. And not Timmy's gone very wide there. Not that bad on board now. That championship leader who was started at 8th on the grid. He's over to 6th out, but he's got a 5 second penalty. Oh, he's gone through and up in 2. Oh, has he? Timmy there breaking much later. Sorry, not that bad breaking much later, and he is up into 5th position. Good stuff from there from not that bad then. Now, has he got the pace then to get after the front 4 then? This is going to be the question then. And you can see in the background then, we got an almighty scrap there in the background, haven't we? Is just on board, not that bad at the moment. Yeah, he is just sticking through, but I think we should take it on this battle here. And you see it in the moment. Energy Dan doing a good job in 8th position. Now it's Dog in 9th, and 10th position is Physico. 11th is Roscoe at the moment. Are You Racing is now starting to really home in on the Jonathan Cox at the moment. It's now under a second at the moment. Not that bad. It's 3/10 of a second behind. Is that Timmy's in the pits? So Timmy's in the pits then. Are You Racing set a fast on the race. So Timmy is the first man to blink. Dave is now coming under a lot of pressure from Not That Bad. Dave is going on the inside. He's now going on the outside, and Not That Bad. Good defending there for Dave. Really good done. But look at this, nicely done. I was going to say not good done. Nicely done there from Dave, and he's still in 4th position. A lovely shot again in the French. Look, not that bad. I think he's just trying to upset Dave's foot there, because Dave's a very experienced driver. He's not going to get distracted from those from a bit of weaving there. Steve is now up into 11th position at the moment. So not that bad. It's not on the back straight then. Remember, he is he's in the foreground. There's a 3-second penalty for Hogg for cutting the corner. We're going to get a lot of penalties there. Jonathan, not that bad. It's up the inside, and he's through and up into 4th position there. So he's James dropped on the 5th. Harry is in at 6th position. Look, there's Roscoe. He is through. He's past the Renault, and he is up into 9th position. Physico has dropped down to 10th position. Now, can he come back at him? We got a good old battle between East and Brown here. Brown on his debut. East on his second race there. And Brown there is forcing the issue. And, there's a McLaren off in the background. I think that's Steve who's having some issues again. Look at it. Oh, my God. I was close to my eyes. I thought he was going to have a go. I think it's for Lycée, I think. I'm not sure if that's right or not. But back on board at least. Sorry, with JJ. He is... and Steve there has dropped back. Steve's got a down front wing. So the hard compound tire of the Williams has got issues. And now Hogg is going to be all over the back of him as well. Steve there just about keeping on track. Into the pits. There comes Harry from 6th position. Steve is going into the pits as well. So that's unfortunate for Steve, isn't it? Because he has got the pace, hasn't he? But it's just having a couple of issues at the moment. Steve at the moment. He's shown in qualifying he's got the pace. We've got 2 men in the pits. That's Harry and Steve both in the pits, and Harry on the medium tyres. What is Steve going on? We've got 20 laps to go still. Is those many times going to get to the end? Then that's going to be interesting. Didymus is now also, of course, Didymus had a collision, I think, with East, didn't they, in qualifying? Not sure what that's. Oh, Didymus out correcting the car halfway through. Through the first corner, as you see, then he's having a look. Look at this. We got a good old battle here, haven't we? Great stuff. It's PB and then it's Hog, then it's Brown, JJ, and Didymus. And you see PB, Hog, Brown, and JJ, very inexperienced drivers in IRC, but they are performing fantastically well at this stage of the race. This is good driving from the well, are they rookies? I don't think they are. They? Well, they're certainly green, aren't they? But Hog is now under low pressure. And Brown, this is Brown's the first race. He's up the inside. Oh no, he's gone round. Oh my gosh, Didymus has got it. I think Didymus has damaged his front wing. Brown, I think, has damaged his front wing as well. And it's the curse of the commentator. I'm so sorry, guys. And now Didymus has got a lot of damage. He's on the back of a JJ. But oh dear. And so I think that was it well, definitely might be a day late in the dollar short, but he was definitely in the vicinity. He was not in a different postcode, was he? Oh, Energy Dan is having an awful trouble. So slowing the car down there through turn 14. Not that bad. Is up into third position. Energy Dan's got a 3-second penalty there. And look at the background. Energy Dan, Roscoe, and Physical all over. Physical's all over the back there. Run into the pits as Matty's changing on to sort of what tires are going to go on then. And the question is, to go to the hard or the medium? Did they make contact there? I'm not sure if Energy Dan's got awful lag, hasn't he? And that's going to cause all sorts of issues there for Roscoe. And now we're coming into turn. He's gone a bit wide there, hasn't he? Energy Dan is. Now is Ron Boy Roscoe. He's going to go up and under. Energy Dan is placing his car beautifully well there. Now, so you can see, look, Azdog is now just pulling away in the foreground. Now he's up in the 5th position. Good stuff from Azdog. Great recovery drive. Remember, he was in 11th position on the grid there, but he's now up in the 5th position. Davis still out there on the soft combine tires, but trying to stretch it. And look at this then, and now he is through. Roscoe's up into 6th position. Where is he? There he is. Energy Dan's dropped down to 7th then. And now Physico is the next man, isn't he? And we've also got Matt Matt is now overtaking Didymus. Didymus has dropped down 13th position mode. So Brown is coming to the pits and he's front on the hard tyres then. So yeah. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a collision there. Back on board with Physical then, as you can see, it's getting very dull there. Just remember the weather conditions in towards that corner always catches me out. Remember the weather conditions in qualifying where it became all moody and gloomy, didn't it? So very quickly indeed. So we might have a bit of rain in the air here in Paul Ricard at the moment. And but I tell you what, I'm not really sure what's in the air today. But fantastic racing, isn't it? Brilliant stuff. I think it might be Bugs Bunny's secret stuff out of Space Jam. I'm not even sure if a lot of you are old enough to know what that reference is. There's Energy Dan there is now, he's got DRS, but you can see he's struggling for straight line speed in that Ferrari, isn't he? And you can see Physico is just sitting, watching and waiting. Roscoe's, Energy Dan's got off the track there, and he's also a 3-second penalty for the leader, Jonathan Cox as well. Energy Dan has dropped down to 8th position then, so he's round wide there, but I don't think he got a penalty for that, so well done to Energy Dan there. So he had the presence of mind there. That penalty is going to come back and haunt Jonathan, I feel, because that might be a race loser mistake there. Look, JJ doing a good job there, isn't he? Brilliant stuff from JJ. He is up into and so is Hog. Brilliant stuff from both Hog and JJ. 10th and 11th, PB is in 9th position. The Haas's were on the back row of the grid, and now they're battling as Physico and Energy Dan are also battling as well. As Energy Dan is back through and up into 7th position there. Wow, good stuff, really up and down the field at the moment, isn't it? But once again, Physico is now all over the back of Energy Dan, and he's going to go on the outside. No, not quite. Is he going to have a go here? I'm not really sure about this corner here. So you can go up and under. But you need to have a lot of pace advantage there, don't you? You can see, we got a good. So Didymus got a 3-second penalty. These penalties are going, and Matt flying wide there, and he got a penalty for that as well. You can see he didn't even go right. You can see all 4 wheels over the white line there, but he didn't go too far off the track, did he? But penalty nonetheless then. Gap at the front then at the moment says that. Dave is in the pits then, so DNF Dave is in the pits. Timmy's just overtaking Penny. Penny's having a difficult start to this race at the moment. Hopefully he can get it together and get some points from the McLaren team. Back on board then with JJ at the moment. JJ, 3-second penalty there for Hog again, and now he's all over the back of Hog at the moment. These two having a good old battle. Davis on the hard combat tire, so he'll be going to the end. And look at this, and then JJ is through and up into 9th position. Up into 9th position. Matt having a look there. I thought that was a very long way back, Matt was. And now look at this, he's trying to go on the inside. Dave is coming out. Where's Dave? He's in front of Harry. So Dave is out in front of Harry. He's 3 seconds away from Matt. And the question is now then is Matt is going to have to. I think he might have to do another stop. Dave doesn't have to do another stop. I don't think he needs to get those tyres warmed up, doesn't he, as quickly as possible, because Harry is all over the back of him. Harry has done 3 laps on those medium tyres, and now Hogg is under a lot of pressure as Matt, who's made the stuff ready, he's on the fresh tyres. Not that bad. It's got a penalty there. Not that bad. It's having a third position at the moment, so he's done a good job to come back from the field. Roscoe and Alsdog are fighting. Oh, and look at this. Look at this, there's 3 abreast. Oh no, they turned into Matt. I'm not sure if there's damage on. No, it's okay. It's okay. Matt still got the wing is still in one piece. And, but I think that Hogg was focusing on JJ here as they're coming down now to Lisa at the moment. Look at the background there. It's Dave and it's Dave and Harry as well. And now they're coming into the Hogg there is Matt's gonna go inside there, and that's good. Good move there. Oh, I think Matt had to break there, didn't he? Because Hogg was going to turn into him there. As oh my gosh, physical and energy down, still doing a battle. Roscoe and Asdor also looks like an IRC race has got under a second. Is that a bit of problem for Jonathan Cox? We'll find out soon. Well, we won't find out if there's a bit of problem for Jonathan Cox, but we might find out if there's going to be a battle for change for the lead at the moment. This is costing Matt all sorts of time, isn't it? Physical's got a 3-second penalty, and in the background is Dave. Look at that. Dave is now under 2 seconds away from Matt. This battle here is really close, and energy down is now behind. We'll come out of the bit because JJ and Hogg are going side by side. Where are they? There they are. They're in turn 1. Where's JJ? JJ is off the track. He's off the track. And now Matt is all over. Oh my gosh, it's getting very dicey indeed. Matt is on the inside. Oh my gosh, he's squeezing him. Oh no! No, that's all. No, it's all gone wrong. And JJ's off. JJ's off, but he's and that as Matt damaged. There's a lot of debris down in turn 1. There's a lot of turn 1 in the turn 3, and Penny's just behind him as well. And double is in well, double just dropped onto a 30 position. Is that damage on the car? Is that damage? I'm wondering, is that damage on the car? Let's just take a look at Hogg is dropping down. Hogg has got major problems. He's lost the whole front wing the racing point driver has. Matt, it was Matt got damage as well. Go and look at JJ. Oh my gosh, there's and Matt has got no damage. So that Toro Rosso is made of steel. And what about JJ? Well, JJ is he's got damage to the end plate there of the Haas, and it's all gone slightly awry, hasn't it? And now David's up the inside and he's through, and unfortunately JJ has got some issues there, and he might have to come to the pits because that's a lot of front wingness gone. And so, blimey, that was a good old battle there. Unfortunately, it did not end well. We've got a yellow flag in 2. Oh, that's Hogg there, who's just recovering. I think he's got a puncture. He has got a puncture, Hogg has. So yeah, you can see that's so this is almost certainly ended this race there for Hogg. What a shame there. Look at this. He's trying to get back there. Look, it's the ball for the lead. It's the ball for the lead. And now are you racing this? Really, look, Jonathan Cox. And look, are you racing this? Have a look. But Jonathan Cox doing it for Stafford S. Defender there at the moment, isn't he? Coming out to turn 8 and 9 now. And accelerating away again. So yeah, Jonathan Cox doing a bit of weaving there on the straight there. As long as it's in the braking zone, I think it's all right there. Very much the new is how much it called the new version of F1 driver. So JJ's in the pits on the medium tyres, so he's got damage, and I think Hogg will be in the pits as well. But unfortunately, that punches on here are very brutal, aren't they? And that's a big, that is a really big blow for Hogg, isn't it? So he's just cruising back to the pits now as well. This is the battle for the league, though, isn't it? Are you racing? Has got the bit between his seats. Yellow flag in 3, and that's why Hogg is going the wrong way. I think he's going the wrong way. He just needs to try and cover it. We're just going back to the other racing points. His teammate Hogg is really struggling, isn't he? Diddy Mustard and JJ have come out very close together, haven't they? Penny and Double are, of course, the 2 teammates at the Sauber last season are also starting to resume their battle. And once again, then Jonathan Cox still leads the French Grand Prix. Yellow flag in 3 still. No, Hogg has gone off, flying off backwards. And we've got a 3-second penalty there as well for energy down at the moment. And Hogg is having awful issues trying to get in the pits. The punctures on here are awful. It's very difficult to control the car. A 10-second penalty, which I think is probably unjust, to be fair. I mean, Hogg was trying to get to the pits anyway, and because the punctures are just, you can't control the car, can you? back on board then with IRC Racing. This is where we joined him last time out, as a PB is coming to the pits. He's got a fantastic race, hasn't he? But Jonathan Cox out, and oh, look at that! He's just, oh my gosh! And he's through! No, he ain't, and Jonathan Cox there, wow! Maybe that might have been a move too far, possibly, but we're resuming the battle anyway then. As now IRC Racing has got the pace, hasn't he, with Jonathan? I wonder if IRC Racing's got much better tyres at this stage. Look who's in the background. Look who's in the background. It's the championship leader. It's not that bad. Who is just homing in at the moment on this battle for the lead. And Roscoe and Asdog are going side by side through Elise. And now he is through. Steven's got a penalty as well. Yeah, let's just quickly calm down a minute. We're on lap 13 of 27, and Steve and Penny there are also side by side as well. This has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? Penny's got the DRS at the moment. We're keeping on because I think that the battle for the they're both in simultaneously. Look, there's all three leaders in the pits then. Whoa, Asdog has gone right off the track there. Oh, then I think there's a race for the pit lane as well. Wow. So let's see. So at the moment then, IRC Racing's in the pitch. Jonathan got to that. He's on the hard compound tyre. 14, we're on lap 14. It's got very dull up there, hasn't it? But we're still going on. IRC Racing is accelerating away now. There's a big old gap, isn't there? So IRC Racing's had a problem there. Physico takes the lead of the French Grand Prix. Jonathan Cox is down second. There's Energy Dan in third position. IRC Racing's had an appalling stop. It's been terrible. Not that bad. It's in fifth position. So yeah, the pit sauce has really strung out the front three, hasn't it? Asdog's out in sixth position. Where's Dave? There's Dave. Dave is going to be, where is he? Oh, and Asdog is just in front of him at the moment. Harry is eighth. Roscoe and oh my gosh, Timmy through. And he's through. Oh no, yet because Roscoe's coming back out. He's on the inside. And oh, they're going to come together, are they? Wheel to wheel stuff is incredible. Incredible it is. And what about Roscoe's going to go have a look? No. Oh, they've touched. It's just a peck. Don't worry about that. So I don't think there's any damage on the. Oh. Is there damage? And oh no! And Roscoe there, and I feel that Roscoe there going on the inside of Timmy there, and it didn't work out. He's got a lot of polystyrene on his car, and double there. I think that was sorry, Penny there flying by, double up into 12th position now. See, up into 11. Matt in 10th position after all the after what's gone on here at the moment, and the gap for the lead. Look at that! It's almost 5 seconds. Jonathan Cox is now coming up to the back of. Coming out to the back then of Physico in the battle for the lead at the moment, and Davis now all over the back of Asdog. So these guys are on a similar strategy, aren't they? Even though Davis got 4 laps older tyres, and look, Harry is in the background as well. He's on the medium tyre. Matt is now behind Timmy at the moment in the battle for 9th and 10th at the moment. And we've also got a fierce battle. Physico's in the pit. We've also got a fierce battle between JJ and Brown again. These guys have really showed some entertainment tonight. And look at Brown. He's just really firing tooth and nail in it. Not that bad. And so the front three resumes this because Physico's in the pits. He's gone to the hard tyre. Energy Dan's in the pits as well. I've knocked my headset off. Energy Dan is in the pits as well. So they're going to drop down then. So look at that. IRC Racing he's 7 seconds back. That is incredible. It's all gone wrong in the pit lane, hasn't it? So it's not gone too well at all out there. And Dave is just dropping off Asdog. Asdog is in a fantastic race there, hasn't he? He really has. And he's coming from 11th on the grid to 4th. He's really just he's bided his time, hasn't he? Physico is now on the hard tyres, and Matt unfortunately was involved in an incident, so he's kind of out of sync now, isn't he? Roscoe, I think, in Steve Penny, I think Penny's just got through. Oh my gosh, Energy Dan is all over the back of all over the back of Penny here. Penny's having a very difficult race out there here tonight, isn't he? And but we're on board then with Energy Dan, and he's gaining on Penny. Penny is in the middle of the track. What's Energy Dan could go on the outside, on the inside. Look at that, braking much there than Penny. Penny, that's the tyres. That is the tyres. So as Energy Dan's on 14 lap younger tyres. So that is the reason. And I think JJ and Brown are also resuming their battle as well. And this is the battle for 16th and 17th at the moment. And then Didymus is 18th, and unfortunately Hogu had a puncture which really has thrown him off the well outside of contention at the moment. Is in 19th spot at the moment. And the battle then for 5th and 6th as well then is at the one between Harry and Dave for 5th and 6th. Well, Matt is now 3 seconds back from here. Physico is 8th. So Energy Dan is looking very menacing on those hard tyres as well, isn't he? And Penny's in the pit. I was wondering what's going on there. I was just like, oh, what's going on there? So, to be honest, then let's just take a quick recap of what's going on in this race. To be honest, well, that's a very bad idea because I can't really remember what's going on at all. It's been absolutely fascinating. But at the moment, Jonathan Cox, who was under a lot of pressure from IRC Racing, wasn't he? Just for the pit stops, and of course, darting about on the back straight. Jonathan Cox was there between himself and IRC Racing, but IRC Racing is now 7.3 seconds back. Not that bad. It's also 2 seconds back, and the pit stops have really hurt the front three. Asdog's only 5.6 seconds back, hasn't he? Isn't he? So and Hogg is out of the race. So unfortunately for Hogg, then his race came to an end when he had that puncture, which really just threw him off the just threw him outside the battle didn't it? So that's a shame there for Hogg there, but I think I tell you what, a great bit of battling there, wasn't it? And LJ said LJ even alluded to it was a fantastic battle there between Hogg, between Hogg, Matt, and JJ as well. And of course, he's also just to confirm that IRC Racing Jonathan Cox's pace is absolutely intense. It really is, isn't it? And I tell you what, before the first round of stops, they were flying, absolutely flying at the moment. Dave's gone a little wide there, but that's all right. Dave's going to throw not that bad pace in there as well. But remember, Jonathan does have a penalty. I don't think IRC Racing has a penalty. I might be wrong here. Back on board with Harry and the McLaren there. I love the colour coordination between the helmet and the McLaren. Lovely stuff there. Matt is feeling the need to go defensive down the straight there. I don't think Physico was that close there to Matt, but Matt they're just going to the one side. We've got battle between JJ and Fingered and Brown's back in the pits then. And we've got a great battle here between PB and Timmy. This is the battle for 13th for the moment. And PB is there on the inside, and Timmy there. Look at how much more braking there is. I think that that's also in terms of the compounded tire. And look, Energy Dan is now all battling between double. Oh no! And at the moment, their double is it's up into 11th position. And Energy down there really fighting, but Physico is going a long time. Matt, Physico and Matt, and Matt there has got the inside line there, so he's all right at the moment. But what about Physico? He's going to come back out there out of the chicane then, and Matt has done 9 laps on those tires. And Energy down, and also where's David? Harry, there they are, and Harry is through and up to 5th position. David's down to 6th. And what about Physico? Physico is now at 8th position. I've also got Energy down is now in front of a double as well. So blimey, all going off here as Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty. He's in 10th position at the moment, Roscoe is, as it stands at the moment. And you can see Jonathan Cox now has done a 34.8 at the moment then. So let's just take a look at the race at the moment. Jonathan Cox leads by 7.9 seconds then. 2nd position, IRC Racing. 3rd position is not that bad. Asdog 4th. Harry is in 5th position. Hogg has left the session. 6th position is Dave. We're on board Dave at the moment. 7th position is Matt. But look at this. He's under a lot of pressure from Physico for 7th and 8th position. Steve 9th. Roscoe in 10th position. Energy Dan outside the points in 11th position. About 4.3 seconds away from his first point of the season. Double in 12th position. All over the back of Energy Dan. Doing a good job. Double is avoiding the carnage. Timmy in 13th position. PB in 14th position. 15th is JJ. Didymus in 16th. Penny is all over the back of Didymus now, so Penny's race is now starting to come alive, isn't it? In 17th position. And 18th position at the moment is Brown. So it's watch Penny fly on those very young medium tyres. So he is going to be very quick towards the end of this race. Luke is very quick at the moment. Now, it's this man here, Physico, on board the Renault driver. And look at him. He's almost out of burst. He is out of burst, isn't he? And that Matt going on the inside there, taking the line he went very early on. Now, you can see Physico is having to harvest. And look, Matt's very soft, the exit there. Oh, and he just jumps in front of him there. Yeah, Matt was very soft the exit there. Physico did a good job to keep him self-awareness. And Matt there is taking the line there into Lise at the moment. And he keeps 7th position, but how long can he come on for? Look who's in the background as well. That's a Williams driver, and he's going like a rocket. That is Steve at the moment. He is in 9th position, and he is he's really hunting these guys down. Steve's on the similar tyre life as Matt at the moment. There's about 1 lap difference. I think what were the medium tyre runners? I think they're going to have to come in the pits, surely. They're going to have to just bolt on a set of soft tyres towards the end there. Harry doing a good job in 5th position. Well done to Harry. Brilliant stuff out there today. But I think Asdog and Harry have been outstanding, haven't they? Of course, the pace at the front has been electric, and Jonathan Cox and IRC Racing. I'm a bit disappointed the race at the front didn't continue on, really, because I think those pit stops come at a bad time, really, and it really cost IRC Racing. I think it might cost IRC Racing the win, perhaps, because he definitely had the pace, perhaps, but I think in the second half of the race, Jonathan Cox is just stretched his lead now, isn't he? Of course, sporting that new helmet, so I think he's going to be keeping that new helmet, isn't he? Because it's brought him some amazing luck today, and it's also brought him some amazing speed as well. He is now pulling away from IRC Racing's 8.4 seconds. The gap is at the front. Not that bad. I think IRC Racing might need to get himself back on it though, because he is now going under pressure there from not that bad. He's on his second back. Asdog is in a 4th position. Asdog is coming from 11th back, but Physico is going on the inside. He has made his intentions fairly early there, and look, Matt there is just trying to run him out of road there. He's on the curve there, and Matt is still 7th month, but Physico's here. Timmy and Double also going side by side. Physico would probably like these guys to battle a little longer, because Physico is on the outside. Truly say, amazing stuff. What a move there from Physico. Brave driving from the Renault driver. Fantastic. Wow, Physico is up into 7th position, and on the outside of Lise. Now we got Steve and Matt battling for 8th and 9th position. Matt is under attack once again now from the Williams driver. Roscoe is 7 seconds back, in the hard Montara is up, and I thought they were going in the pits there, not quite, and Davis now mounting a challenge on the McLaren driver of Harry then, as we're entering the final stages of the French Grand Prix. Timmy is now all over the back of Energy Dan, so Energy Dan there might not have any reply at the moment. Look, he's going all over the track there. And now look at the run he's got on the outside, and Tim is now over to 11th position there. Can he get some points? He's got 7 laps to go to get some points here. Energy Dan then, we're on board with the Ferrari driver, and he's done 5 laps on those hard tyres. Double's done 18 laps on the hard combat tyre, and he's only a second away from Energy Dan. That's great. He must in the pit. That is brilliant stuff there from a Double there. Fantastic. Looking after his tyres, right? Very much twinkle toes, isn't he? Oh, and look, Steve is going. Steve's Double's teammate. Steve is on the inside of that. He is through and up into 8th position there. And Penny has got and Steve's got a corner cut there. So so Steve's got a corner cut, but now he's up into 8th position. Question is, can he get after Physico? I don't think he can, because Physico's on a lot fresher tyres. Look at that, Dave has got almost double the age of life of tyre that Physico has. Davo is really putting some pressure on Harry at the moment. So this, I think, is the closest battle on track at the moment, isn't it, between Harry and Dave? 13 laps on the medium tyres for Harry. Dave has done 10 laps on the hard tyre. Hard tyre for Physico as well. Jonathan Cox has got another penalty. This is putting himself under pressure, I think. Are you racing or not that bad guy to put it? Roscoe's left for session. That's going to be a point gone. Harry is in the pit, so Harry's coming to the pit, so he is going to have a very quick car for the final couple of laps then. Remember, he was in 5th position when he came in, so remember that, as he's going to now be where is he going to be able to come back out there? So he's out in the McLaren then. Roscoe is a ghost at the moment. Hopefully he can get himself back in the car. Timmy's back up at the 10th position at the moment. Harry is coming out in 11th position, or is he? Because there comes Energy Dan out of the pits. Coming through now. And Harry's down in 12th position at the moment. But he's on the soft compound tyres. Double is in the pits then, and so is JJ as well. We've got a good battle up and down the field at the moment. But this is, I think, now then, so not that bad. From 8th on the grid, it's over the 3rd position now, and can anything stop this man? He has been absolutely phenomenal, hasn't he? Once again, from 8th on the grid, where the rain just came at the wrong time, and yet he is now up into 3rd position. All taking a bit of corner cutting there. Matt is not letting Steve get away. The battle for 7th and 8th still continues on. We're keeping an eye on Penny as well, because Penny is absolutely flying, isn't he? And you expect him to be flying as well. This is the battle for the final point, I think, because Roscoe is only 2 seconds up the road and he's not in the car, so that is a potential point. Look, there's Roscoe's ghost there. Look at them, they're just reeling them in. They're reeling them in, basically, by chunks and chunks and chunks at the moment. And you can see they're coming into at least they're taking a much tighter line there. I think that's a wider line there for Harry, and he is going to. Ooh, he's going to go on the outside there. No, not quite as, of course, not as much as Physico went on the outside of Matt there. Absolutely great race, and outside of Lise, brilliant stuff. Well held, son. And so now this is the battle for 10th position. Hard tires for Energy Dan. Energy Dan is still looking for his first points of the season, isn't he? But he's still in the race. So as long as you're in it to win it, as long as you're in it, you can still win it. And wow, look at how close he came to the rear end of that Ferrari. If he damaged his front wing, that would have been all over. Really would have. As he's just got to keep it calm. And at the moment, so that's the battle for 10th position. Matt is not letting Steve go at the moment, and that's 7th and 8th. Also, Timmy is in 9th position. Not that bad. It's just dropped off the back of Are You Racing, which I think is very well timed. I think he might be watching the stream and realising that there's a battle here first. Oh no! And Harry has gone to the back of Energy Dan, and that is damaged his front wing. And that is going to cost him awful understeer in the McLaren, isn't it? Look, there it is. The end plate is gone on the McLaren, and what a shame! What a shame for Harry. And he would have been. I think it would have been electric, wouldn't he? I wonder if he tried to get right Energy Dan slightly too early, slightly too hasty there. Oh, what a shame there from Harry. And that's a big blow there, and we return to the battle between Brown and JJ. I think this is getting a bit personal. Brilliant stuff between these two. They have been battling quite hard for most of the way through the race, haven't they? This is the battle for 16th and 17th, but even though there's no points on offer, there's certainly about pride, isn't there? It's been good fighting, hasn't it? Harry is dropping back at the moment from Energy Dan. Energy Dan keeping on the course for some points. Roscoe, of course, is out of the race, so we've lost 3 drivers. We've lost Roscoe, we've lost Hogg, and we've lost Snap. So unfortunately Snap as of course retired earlier on. A PB is doing a good job, isn't he? He's up to 12. Remember, he started 20th on the grid and now he's up to 12th there. He's keeping his nose clean, keeping himself out of trouble, and he's done a magnificent job. He really has. As now then, we're just on board JJ in the heart, and he's had a lot of airtime, hasn't he, today, JJ has. We're just, in front of us is Brown. He's on medium tyres, 5 laps out medium tyres. JJ's just gone to the soft compound tyres, so he will be quite quick. He will have a pace advantage over. Oh, in Are You Racing, I think that's his first penalty of the race, so that might have helped Jonathan Cox's psyche here. As so we're lap 23 out of 27 at the moment. Jonathan Cox got an 8.9 second lead. That's a big old margin. Not that bad then. I feel that he's just now starting to really hunt his prey of Are You Racing in the battle for second and third at the moment. Not that bad then, of course. Remember, finished third in the championship last year, behind the 2 men that got promoted, and that was Blaz and Knowlesy, wasn't it? So, but really, he was he? Well, he was the bookie's favourite, wasn't he? And it's very difficult to live up to the expectation, but he's done that superbly well, hasn't he, so far this season? He's got a 76-point lead at the moment, hasn't he, over Matt, and he's going to extend that as well. Jonathan Cox, as it stands, I think he will still be third at the moment, but it'll be very close between himself and Matt, so I think it's all played for second position, isn't it? As just taking a look then, we're just watching JJ. He's going to go on the inside into the chicane now. Brown there giving him plenty of space then. As these two, remember, this is the battle for 16th and 17th at the moment in this race. The other battle I think we got to keep an eye on is the battle for second and third. And he's gone on the inside to Lise. He is through. Where is he? There he is. And he is now up into 16th position, JJ. So he's up into 16th. Good move. But now, oh look, no, that bad is coming from far away back, but he's through. He is up into second position. Are You Racing has dropped down to third since the pit stops. He hasn't had the same pace, has he? Are You Racing? He was really harrying Jonathan Cox there, wasn't he? At the before the first round of pit stops there. So Jonathan's got a 9-second lead at the moment. So as Steve Payne is up to 13th. Roscoe's dropping down like a stone because he's not in the race anymore. He's left. Unfortunately, he's not in the session. So not that bad. It's now second position. Mission accomplished. Is that mission accomplished? Steve is now gaining on Physico as well. Steve is 17 laps on those medium compound tires. That is a phenomenal effort from Steve. Of course, Matt's done 16 laps. But yeah, Steve 17 laps on the tires, now starting to Harry and Physico as well. Of course, Energy Dan and Harry is also battling the mud because Harry is now driving with a car which has been damaged, doesn't it? Not that bad. Sets the fastest lap of the race, and really, I think just showing the pace he has out there. Isn't he? Not that bad, because the championship leader, and he will be extending his lead then in the championship as it stands at the moment. now then coming through to complete an absolutely fantastic race, isn't it? Of course, so we had an electric race in the Elite League, didn't we, last night? And again, same here again tonight with the Super guys. So fantastic stuff. Dave's got a penalty there. Of course, it's going to come down to penalty there. Remember, Samarellas, who was, I think, 8th or 9th, wasn't he, when he crossed the line? Moved up to second. So penalties can definitely win or lose in this race at the moment. So you've got to keep an eye on that. Rari Racing is really keeping up with not that bad at the moment. So not that bad. It's not storming away, is he? We've got to keep an eye on that, actually, because, look, they are very close. Look, there's Didymus there in the foreground there, 18th at the moment in this race. As Rari Racing there is just staying in the slipstream of not that bad. And so as we're approaching the end of this race now, I love that shot. I think that's a brilliant shot, isn't it? So that's a magnificent part of the track, isn't it? I do enjoy that track. As a JJ is now in the 15th position, because Roscoe is not in this race anymore. Remember, we from here we will then travel to the Hysterian Mountains for the Austrian Grand Prix. Of course, we all love Austria, don't it? 10 turns, well 9 really if you're a Formula 1 driver. I think it's only 10 if you're a MotoGP driver. So 9 turns around Austria. It sounds simple, doesn't it? It's anything but that track is. It's simple if you drive around it slow. That's all you can say really. So you have to if you want to get anywhere in Austria, you have to really attack that track. So fantastic race that is. Really is. So of course then, so that's our next venue for IRC, of course, the Elite on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. UK time, and of course the Super League is also on Thursdays, which is tonight, and it is on 8 p.m. as well. So yes, so that's our next visit. But of course we still got one more lap around France, and Jonathan is on the verge of winning the French Grand Prix, and an absolutely blinder he has pulled today, hasn't he? He has really shown some electric pace, hasn't he, Jonathan has, and I feel that this is going. Of course, this will be a second race win the season. He won in Spain, didn't he, magnificently? And now he's going to come through. Now this could potentially be a second win. Of course, he's had 2 podiums as well. Hasn't he? He's had 2 podiums as well so far this season. So Jonathan there. Oh, and then we'll talk about that because Steven's going on the inside. He's on 19 lap old hard top medium tires, and yeah, he's just fighting tooth and nail. There's Matt in the background as well. Physico is I think struggling for pace, isn't he? And look, Steve couldn't get on the power there, could he? As you can see, the back end was crying in pain there, wasn't he? Look in the foreground, there's a red ball of Dave. Dave doing since Monaco, he has really turned his fortunes around. Jonathan Cox on the final lap of the French Grand Prix. A fantastic drive from Jonathan. He repelled the attack of Iri Racing. Iri Racing had absolutely stonking pace, didn't he? But Jonathan Cox positioned his car absolutely fabulously down the back straight, and really did a fantastic job, didn't he? I've said fantastic a lot of times tonight. Jonathan Cox, here he is. Let's enjoy this final lap then with the British Italian, and a yellow flag in 2. Why is that? That's Penny who's got off the track there, and he's blanched out to double there. So Penny shot down to 14th then in the final stages. Harry is dropping down as well. Energy Dad's on course for his first point of the season. Jonathan Cox there just lapping and physical Roscoe, and now he's accelerating away, coming out of the second chicane then. And here comes the British Italian who is driving Ferrari, coming through car 25 then. He is almost home then here in France. He has been fantastic, hasn't he? And flying free, and that's Penny who's just I think taking the scenery. I think Penny's having an issue on the final couple of quarters here, and Jonathan Cox's note is down to 8.4 seconds, but I don't think he's going to care about that, is he? He's sporting his new helmet, the Ferrari driver is, and here he comes. He exits turn 14, now into turn 15, the final corner, and Jonathan Cox for Ferrari wins his second race of the IRC season. Fantastic. That's a 5-second penalty. Is that going to cost him? Is that going to cost him? Rob Boring, not that bad. Is it going to cost him? No, then, not that bad was second, but IRC Racing was second, 1.8 seconds behind Jonathan Cox. Jonathan Cox won it by the skin of his teeth. So they're very close in the end, wasn't it, with the penalties. Asdog finishes 4th. Great drive from Asdog, from 11th on the grid to 4th. Well, Asdog, unfortunately, this week it was the qualifying that let him down. Usually it's the race where it goes difficult. Asdog 4th, though. Didn't miss a left possession. Dave will finish in 5th position with him. Yes, he will. Steve 6th. Physico 6th. Sorry, Steve 7th. Matt in 8th position. Ninth position is Timmy 7th, Steve 8th, Matt 9th. And here comes Energy Dan, who is on the verge of his first point for Ferrari, his first point in IRC. Here he comes around the final corner, car 85, accelerates now at turn 15, and he will finish in 10th position. Harry will finish 11th. I feel that Harry's damaged. That really cost him some points today. BP in 12th position in his second race, fantastic from last to 12, good stuff. Double is going to come through in 13th position, and in the Williams. I think that's a good job. Well done for Double today. A very difficult day by for the Williams driver. Brown in 14th position, and no, East is 14th, Brown 15th, and Petty, who is just cruising around there, and he is in 16th position. So Petty finishes. Jonathan Cox has won his second race of the IRC season, and is really now igniting his championship charge, isn't he? It might be he's only taken my maths is terrible, only taken 6 points out of not that bad today, so it's only a little dent, but it's a dent nonetheless. Yeah, Jonathan Cox has said for the Ferrari, grazie. And also we got so Jonathan Cox's second race win of IRC this season. Fantastic. He just needs to get some consistency in there now, doesn't he? And also Asdog from fourth from out of the top 10. I should take that Asdog from 11th on the grid up into 4th. As we said, it's usually his qualifying's phenomenal, and it goes wrong in the race. Today it's the opposite. But I think he'll be happy with getting some points there from Asdog today. Now let's just quickly end off with the look at that, 11 seconds worth of penalty there from Jonathan. That almost cost him there, because RU Racing was only 1.8 seconds back in the end. Otherwise RU Racing might have pinched that win. So Jonathan won. Second was RU Racing. It looks like a boring race, doesn't it, with the front two finishing in the same position? But it was anything but brilliant racing. Not that bad from 8th to 3rd. Great driving from not that bad. As I said, Asdog from 11th to 4th. Fantastic. Dave 5th position. Physico 6th. Good driving for Physico. Once again, qualifying has been the difficult part. Timmy 7th. Steve in 8th position. Matt is down in 9th position from 3rd. Energy Dan is first points of IRC. Fantastic stuff from Energy Dan then. Absolutely mega stuff. Retirement, Snap, Hog, and Didymus, I don't think, finished the race. Oh no, Didymus or Roscoe didn't finish the race. Wow. Absolutely brilliant stuff. That was really good to see. That was I think that there's going to be a couple of there might be a couple of interesting stories that comes out of that race. Definitely Jonathan there, very close, but he was his second race win, and I think he's still second at the moment. That's a very rough guesstimate. So can he get some consistency on the board now? Because that's how you win championships, is consistency. That's how Nosey won last season. That's how Blaz of course came second last season. That's how Vanquish, who up until yesterday has been leading the championship, where he's in the Super Elite for 28 races. That's unbelievable. I think the only other time I can remember someone being that dominant in a championship, I think it was Vettel, where between 2012 and 13, absolutely phenomenal stuff, and indeed there. And I think that was wrong anyway, because I think Raikkonen won the first race in 2013. So yeah, throw that one in the bin. So yeah, brilliant stuff there from Jonathan then. So yeah, as we said, consistency is the key. Yeah, I think that the collision between Matt, I think it was JJ and Hog, I think it was. I think that one might. I apologise for because there's so many things going on. That probably cost him as well. And the same with Harry, damages front wing. He was on the soft tires towards the end there, so a lot of hard luck stories out there today. Right, let's get on with it then. Going into the next race then, we'll be in Austria for the in the Asteria Mountains then. Spielberg, the Red Bull Ring for our next venue, round 10, I believe, of IRC of the IRC rounds, which is unreal, isn't it? On round 10 already. So yeah, Austria is the next one, and of course that'll be Wednesday and Thursday, same time of 8 PM UK time. Join us then, and we'll find out who can stop the man who's run away at the moment. Not that bad, Jonathan Cox. Looks like he has stepped up his game as well. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do. And RU Racing showing some electric pace as well. Can he get himself back into the championship? What about Matt? Can he get himself? kind of get his form back on track after a very difficult race today. Anyway, enough about me yapping. Anyway, enjoy your evening, everyone, and of course we'll be back in a week's time in Austria. But for now, it's goodbye.